Alrighty y'all, it's Renee here. I wanted to do a really quick video to show you something that I had to learn through trial and error. I want to do a sewn petticoat or underskirt. I don't think it's really called a petticoat. It's an underskirt made out of tulle that is real full, you know, makes the dress look nice and full. Well, I was looking at videos and tutorials and blogs and things online, and none of the ones that I found showed you how to do this on your machine. It showed you how to do it, but it didn't tell you what they were doing different to their sewing machines to make it work. And the first time I tried this yesterday, I have some, it's not tulle, it's the, well, I guess that's what you call it. It's like the netting. I bought some red for an outfit I want to make, and I tried it out, put it through here, and my machine just ate it up. I freaked out. I almost started crying. I thought I tore up my wonderful gifted sewing machine here, and I was just in tears, and I was like, what am I doing wrong? They're just sewing it. So anyway, through a little trial and error, I figured it out, and I'm going to show you guys because it's only fair. When you learn something new like that, don't assume that other seamstresses know. I've been sewing for a long time, and I've just never sewn tulle on my sewing machine. Wasn't brave enough, and now it seems that I'm doing more and more projects. I just want to do more and more projects. I want to learn what I need to learn about it. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to bring the camera over, and I'm going to show you everything I've done to the machine to get to this stage. I actually did sew some, and it sewed perfect, and I didn't even need a gathering foot. So the only thing is, well, yeah, no, it's pretty tight. It's staying that way. I was going to say it loosens up a little bit, but it really doesn't too bad. So anyway, let's get over to the sewing machine. I'm going to show you the settings, and then I'm going to show you a little sample I'm going to sew. So hopefully my battery doesn't die before I get through this part, because I'll have to put it back on the tripod and on the charger for the last step. Now, the first thing I did, my machine is all set up. So if you have a sewing machine like this, or a standard machine like this, I think you could use just about any machine for this. First thing I did was, I noticed in one tutorial she said to use a thinner needle. So I have an 8014 needle on here. I think that's pretty thin. It was the thinnest one I had. So I switched it out my other needle for this one. The next thing I did, my machine has a pressure for the presser foot, and I lightened that up to about between 3 and 4, so that it wasn't, you know, the presser foot's not so tightly down on that fabric. Next thing I did was turned my stitch length up. I turned it up to the highest one, which on this machine is a 6. I left the tension where it was because I didn't feel like it really needed to be moved. I've got my fabric setting on a light setting. I've got it on a straight stitch. I haven't tried it on the zigzag stitch, but I imagine it would probably work just as good. Straight stitch is fine for me, so that's what I'm using. Now, I also, let's see, I did slow the speed down, I think. Well, just the speed to about a medium, so that you're not just zooming through. You don't want to, you know, get it caught up in the machine. So I'm going to put the camera back on the tripod, and I'm going to show you a sample of sewing this. I've got 2 layers of this thin tulle that I had on the roll, and it's some extra that I had cut off for a project, and I thought I would use it instead of, you know, just cutting a fresh piece. But I'm going to start with 2 layers. I was just so excited about this. When I finally did it, I called Daisy in here, and she said, "Did you finally do it, Mommy?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Oh, goody," and turned around and walked down the room. I'm like, so it excited me, so okay. And I don't start right on the edge of this stuff because maybe I should use a darker color so you guys can see. I have some blue right here. Is that better? Yeah, you can see that better. And when it gets underneath the light. I'm just trying to straighten it up here. You can't see me doing that off camera, but I'm just lining it up. I would probably suggest pinning it too. Just pin straight along this way, and that would help it stay in place. But I'm just doing this for sample to show you guys, so I'm not really concerned about that. And I always say take your time, and definitely take your time with this, because I had to go in my machine and get all that stuff out yesterday. And so you see there, you don't even need a gathering foot. It gathers itself. And if it's not gathered as much as you want it to be when you're done, all you gotta do is pull the strings. Just leave a little extra of the top thread and the bobbin, and you can pull it and tighten it up. Clip this in. The blue is a little longer than the white. Alrighty, so check it out, y'all. And when you pull this to get your string off, hold on to the fabric, not the thread, because it can be a little loose, and you might pull your stuff a little bit out of there. So look at that. Look at that. You can do it. I can do it. I'm so happy. I'm excited about this because I plan on making something really awesome. I'll show you guys. I might not do a tutorial on it. Some things I like to save for myself. Don't want to be too selfish, but you know how that is when you're trying to make a business out of it. I may show you some of the steps, but not all. Okay, so that's it. You can sew tulle on a regular sewing machine. Just remember to follow those steps that I showed you, and you should be fine. So that's it, y'all. I hope you enjoyed this little quick tutorial. Peace. Bye-bye.